Hello, YouTube. This is my first video in regards to Exfil. I've played a fair bit of this game. Did want to try and give like a raw reaction kind of thing, but it was just too complicated to like go through and edit and stuff afterwards. But when you first load up the game, this is what you're going to be met with. You're going to have a join session screen, a host. Hosting is probably going to be the thing that everyone's going to be doing when we all get hands on. But you got your video settings. Mine's all set at epic, borderless, FPS, input, mouse sensitivity, mouse aim down sights, which is weird because I haven't adjusted this at all, and I like the sensitivity. Interact, so basically to pick up things and open or whatever is F. By default, H is your heal button, but I've key-binded that to 4 on my mouse. N for night vision, I've changed this from P. This is default P. I've changed that to middle mouse button. This is to zoom in and out on your tab, like your map kind of thing. Gives you like a little GPS, you can zoom in and out. And also when you're on your drone, there is a drone, which you can see right here. But tab is your GPS. Push to talk, I've changed mine to caps lock. These here also I've changed as well, but you've got local voice chat, so you can talk and basically anybody in the vicinity can hear, or you've got a radio, so you can talk to your teammates through a radio. Movement. All this is default except for crouch. I changed to C, but everything else is default. Weapons, reload. Still, I haven't changed any of this, but change gunfire Z. Grenade is G. Cycle through grenades, so you can have 2 different types of grenades, or if you can select grenades for 1 slot and then grenades again, so you end up with 4 grenades. Or you can have grenades and smoke grenades, or grenades and flashbangs, or flashbangs and smokes, or smokes and smokes. You get the idea. But yes. So to cycle through which grenade type, if you bring 2 different grenade types, to cycle through which one you're going to be throwing with G, you press X. B is to set a trap, but traps only work if you have grenades. So if you bring two grenades and you press B to set a trap, it will use your grenades that you have. If you bring 4 lots of grenades, you can use 2 to set traps and then 2 to throw. But if you want to set down 4 traps, you need to bring in 4 grenades. So just bear that in mind. If you want to set traps and also use grenades, bring extra grenades. But if you just want to set traps, bring as many grenades as you want in to obviously put down the traps. But yes, B brings up like a little tripwire, like little thing. If the line of the tripwire is going to be blue for you to be able to place it, you got to hold B to place it. So press B to bring it out, set it up, use your mouse wheel, and it will expand and shorten the length of the tripwire, and then hold B to place it. Change between weapons 1 and 2, or you can mouse wheel. Flashlight for nighttime raids is T, but obviously you've also got night vision. For the drone, I hate how the drone works, but I have tried changing these, but it doesn't work either. So for now, 5 is the way to pull out the drone. Then you got to press 5 again to get into the drone. But prepare to get a sore arm, because you have to literally move your mouse up and down to go up and down into the air. So ascending, you've got to mouse wheel, push your mouse all the way up, and you've got to constantly do it to get more height, and then you've got to drag it down to go back down. Looking left and right, looks left and right. Mouse wheel will adjust the camera up and down. Z will zoom in. So you've got 3 different zooms. You got, when you first get into it, 1 zoom and then 2 zoom, and then it goes back to default. And spectator, I haven't dived into much. I haven't been that much of a spectator, except for when I die in team games. The audio, I've turn my music down a bit. VoIP I've left alone, and game I've left alone. This tells you how to get your microphone. So my mic's sitting right here. Tells you to basically go to your computer settings, not the game settings, your computer settings, and make sure you set the microphone to default, basically, for the game to use it. But anyways, I have my buddy Meh, or Killer, as I've known him for years. So we're going to dive into a game. I'm going to name my server right now Dunny, which is what I use for everything. Maximum amount of players 32. You can set this obviously if you want to play 1v1, set it to 2. 2v2 to 4, but 32, but doesn't really matter. We're going to 1v1 basically. And he's going to join me. So he should click the join button on his screen now, and he should see a server called Dunny. There he is. And green's my favorite color, and tiger is the closest animal to a wolf, which is my favorite animal because I have a wolf tattoo on my neck. Anyways, going into here, there's 4 teams. So tigers, Spartans, dragons, bulls. You can have up to 8 players each, obviously for 32 players. Loadout. Everything's set to iron sights. There's no creating a loadout at this present point, but you click on a gun. So for an example, click on primary. I've got a HK. These are the only sights available for the HK. Click on LMGs, but it's an M27. It doesn't look like an LMG, but again, different. Same sights pretty much here, but this one here is an extra one. The DMR has a 3x scope, and the MK is basically the same as the HK, but it has one extra sight, which is used on that gun, the LMG gun. Only one handgun at the moment. Like I said, grenades. You can have grenades and smokes, grenades and flashbangs, or grenades and grenades. So there are stacks of 2. So you have 2 here, 2 here. That makes 4. But like I said, if you want to use traps, B will use a grenade. So if you want to bring in 2 lots of um, grenades, you can. But I like to bring in grenades and smokes. Smokes aren't that great. Like, they're good, but they do need some work. Flashbangs I haven't tested out, but apparently are really good. Operation log, there's nothing here because we haven't played a game yet. Match settings, you can random map, or you can go no, and you can select a certain map. This is the game mode. So right now they only have one game mode, which is standard Exfil, and then you've got sandbox, and the map changes from range to dev map. Whereas we go standard Exfil, you've got 4 maps. You've got Northwoods, Port Labos, Camp Osprey, Malonga District, Maloga District. Sorry, I'm scuffling up the names. And Dev Map. Dev Map is literally empty. Show play tag. So if you're in a team, you press this, and you can see your teammate's name, sort of around their chest area for a short distance, up to 15, 20 meters, something like that. And then it sort of it shrinks as they get further away, and eventually you just won't be able to read it. Tactical ping. This, like I said, the middle mouse button. I'll show you what that looks like. I'll set it to 50 meters for now, but you can set up a ping so you can pretty much from how far away you can see that. Mortifier after a minute. So after a certain amount of time in a raid, so there's no time limit to a raid. So if I set this to 30 minutes, you can literally camp for 30 minutes, and then mortars will start being shot at a random player in the lobby. So if you've got 32 people in a lobby, after, let's say we had it set at 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, no one's died, it's going to set off mortars at one of the random 32 people. You don't know who it's going to be, so a lot of the time people are going to start running. Generally by default it's set to 15. Proximity chat, yes, put that on. Community, obviously this is rules and all that kind of stuff. You can take a second to pause and read through that or whatever. And then you got settings, which I think we dove through just before. We are going to dive right in. So if the host can ready all players, so if you've got 16 people here and one person's not ready, and you're like, well, we're not sitting here waiting. You can click ready all players and it will start the game. So killer's readied up. I can click ready and it will start to send us in. So it's 101. And I forgot to put a scope on my gun.
Mission is to recover a notebook from a downed bird. Crash site coordinates on your GPS.
This is your map. On the map you can see... What the hell was that? I just seen a red dot. I think I know where you are. Oh no, that was weird. Anyways, so zooming in, like, there's no way of controlling how you look at the map. It just zooms in and out on you. But just ahead of me, there's a red circle. And there's a helicopter symbol in the middle of that red circle. That's where the crashed helicopter is that we need to go find. It is not in the middle of that red circle. Where that icon of the helicopter is doesn't mean that's where the helicopter is. It's somewhere in that entire vicinity of that red circle. And it can be on the very edge. Like, it can be tricky to find this. When you find the helicopter, if you get to it fast enough, it will be on fire. You have to wait a certain amount of time, I don't know how long, for that fire to go away, and then you can go hold F to open the door, and then there'll be a briefcase underneath the pilot for you to pick up. You take that briefcase to any one of the letters, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, if there's an I, but I don't think there is, but H, any one of those letters, they're extraction points. When you get into the vicinity of one of those locations, it will prompt up at the top of your screen, press F to call in Exfil.
Change the
this is
amount of time to shoot.
Your rate of fire is Z.
Yeah. Okay.
Shooting hindsight is a bit weird. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. This is early stages of the game, but it is a lot of fun. I was playing a little earlier today with a group of people of like 10, and we had a blast. It was it was good. It was a good look. So anyways, I'm going to head to the red circle and try and find the helicopter. Oh, I found the helicopter. It's over here.
I'm trying to get to you.
Which in the middle of the road. So on the GPS, there's a big blue rectangle thing.
Yeah.
It's literally right below that.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. Wait.
We found the helicopter. If you get here early enough, it's on fire. You can't get too close to it, otherwise you'll take damage. But when the fire's not there, you walk up to it. It says at the top of the screen, open door, F, hold F. Takes, I don't know, that long. About 5-6 seconds. So just grab the little intel thing from underneath of it, and then head to any one of the letters for extract. So this is the C location. There's call Exfil helicopter. F.
Tigers, this is Talk. Be advised, your Exfil chopper is inbound. Check GPS for rendezvous coordinates.
Map design is still being worked on. Like, there should be a gap in the fence somewhere there for you to be able to get through here. Otherwise, you've got to run all the way around.
You can't cook it either.
No, you can't cook grenades. Not sure if we're going to add that in.
From the medical stuff.
So if you press tab and bring up your intel thing, see how it's got that green square? Because I'm in Tigers, and Tigers are green. That's showing to everybody in the game that this is where the extraction is. Like, this is where the intel folder is. So this is where everybody on the map would essentially go. Here comes the helicopter. Evidently, this is where the fight would start to take place, because my goal is to get to the helicopter. Their goal, the other player's goal, is to pretty much shoot me, kill me, and then get the intel folder. But if I was to die and you pick up the intel folder, you can't get in this helicopter. This is my helicopter and my helicopter only. You then have to kill me, pick up the intel folder or intel computer, whatever, and then head to a new location. So from here, you probably want to head to G or F for extracting, press F to get in. You can either wait for your other teammates to get in, or press F and you can take off.
Mission is to recover a notebook from a downed bird. Crash site coordinates on your GPS. Out.
So helicopters spawn on a crate on the floor and you have to pick it up. The reason why they're doing it like this and not just letting you have it straight away in the inventory is because they are going to have multiple crates for multiple different ones. So this is just a recon drone. This one here could be a drone with a grenade on it. There could be a box here that's got a mortar itself, so you can set off mortars. You just got to use your drones to find out cool coordinates to be able to set that on the mortar. And of course I've spawned the furthest possible point away from the helicopter. So the helicopter, press 5 to pull it out, 5 to get on it. Like I said, swipe up on the mouse, goes up. So the more you want to go up, the more you have to swipe the mouse up. Scroll wheel down, brings the camera down. Scroll wheel up, brings the camera up. Obviously moving the mouse left and right, turns the drone left and right. And then bring the mouse back down, go down. You crash it, it's destroyed. There is the battery on it, so if you see up above says 82%, it will go flat. You get off of it, you can press F to pick it up. You have to bring it back to you to pick it up, and that will refresh the battery. But now let's head to the crash site. But it is the same for everybody, so it is fair.
Tigers, this is Talk. Be advised, intelligence reports intel compromised by hostile forces. Intercept and engage before they exfil.
I knew you were closer. For some reason I thought you were behind me.
Can you hear me?
What?
Are you able to hear me?
Hear you what?
Are you walking?
If I'm close enough, and if you're running on...
Yep.
Oh, what a nade!
Knew you were there. I knew you were behind me. I heard your footsteps.
I
I was just too sure.
I was down below.
Yeah, no, I knew.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a nade.
Tigers,
And
this is
I
Talk.
don't have a scope on
Mission
my
is
gun.
to recover a notebook from a downed bird. Crash site coordinates on your
I didn't
GPS.
change
Out.
it. Yeah, apparently I did. And again, I've spawned from the furthest possible point away from the fucking helicopter.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, man, you grab my helicopter.
You want to have a shoot out the docks?
Also, that's the ping system. It does have the name of who pings it, and I've got the range set at 50 meters, so I can't ping anything. You can't really. I don't think you're meant to be able to see the ping from anything over 50 meters away. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's what the pings look like. So my teammates, if they set a ping up, it'll red circle, and I'll have their name to tell me who's pinged it. This is really good for if you find the helicopter and you know you've got a plan set out. You're like, you know, this teammate's going to carry it this time, and you're like, oh, I found the helicopter. It's over here on this ping. So
You want to have a shoot out the docks?
you what?
You want to have a shoot out the docks?
A shootout? Where?
I'm at the docks.
At the docks. I am nowhere near the docks.
Oh. So you're not near forest fuck too. Yeah, I can't even get out of the docks. I'm stuck here.
No, you can. You just have to run around. Like I said, the map designs aren't quite spectacular. There's a lot of adjustments that need to be done. I am on an airstrip right now.
Oh, you're closer to the site than I was.
Yeah, I'm over near E, A, and B. Like, I'm on the airfield.
Alright.
Obviously.
Actually, no, I'm not closer to it.
obviously you wouldn't be kind of wanting to give away this sort of information to your enemies, but
Oh wow. Okay.
where the fucking helicopter is, I don't. Oh, never mind. There's the helicopter. So, as you can see, the helicopter is on fire, so I cannot grab the intel. I now have to wait for that to stop burning before I can grab it. What I will do is be schnicker and put down a fucking trap or something and hope to God that he runs into it. Now, it is risky trying to do this kind of stuff when you've got a full lobby because, god damn, people can just camp this. Because if they get here early enough where it's on fire, they can literally just camp it and wait for some poor sucker to come in and go, "Oh, nobody's grabbed it yet. I'll go get it." There's my ride. You killed yourself. How did you do that?